Protesters clashed with provincial authorities on Tuesday after an anti-encroachment drive was initiated in Aladdin amusement park area of Karachi's Gulshan-e-Iqbal locality. The operation was being carried out as per the Supreme Court's directives. Protests erupted after anti-encroachment officials reached the site to demolish a shopping mall and the Pavillion Club located in the vicinity of the park. As a result, several local area employees and shop owners were arrested by the police. The law enforcement officials also fired in the air in an attempt to disperse the protesters. The provincial authorities halted the operation for a short while, but then resumed the demolition work after a sizable contingent of police was called. The protesters claimed that the shops had been made in the area 25 years ago and the operation was being carried out without any prior notice. "We will not leave our place under any circumstances and will not allow the operation to take place," said one of the protesters. A day earlier, the Supreme Court ordered authorities to restart work to widen Gujjar Nalas and the Aurangi Nalas stormwater drains, and dismissed the area residents' plea against the anti-encroachment drive and request for compensation. A three-member bench of the Apex Court, led by the Chief Justice of Pakistan, Gulshan-e-Ahmad, heard the cases pertaining to illegal encroachments in the port city and the Karachi Circular Railway at the Supreme Court's Karachi Registry. As the effectees of the Gujjar and Aurangi Nalas anti-encroachment operation protested outside the court premises and demanded a house for a house, the Apex Court annulled all restraining orders against anti-encroachment drives. The country on Monday recorded the lowest deaths and positive cases reported in a day since 1st June. While the national tally on Monday of total active COVID-19 cases was recorded at 41,700, with 1,000 more people testing positive for the deadly virus and 1,500 people recovering from the disease during the last 24 hours. According to the latest update issued by the NCOC, 34 corona patients have died during the past 24 hours, 33 of whom were under treatment in hospitals, while 9 of them were on ventilators. Around 878,000 people have recovered from the disease so far across Pakistan, making it a significant count with over 90% recovery ratio of the affected patients. Meanwhile, Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah chaired a meeting of the Provincial Task Force on Coronavirus on Monday, in which it was decided to close the business activity for 1 day instead of 2 days a week. Taking notice of the news of issuance of certificate without getting vaccinated at the Expo Center, the Sindh Chief Minister directed the Inspector General and Home Department to take stern action against the persons concerned. The Sindh CM said that he will not tolerate corruption or incompetence in any ongoing work against the coronavirus. Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry informed on Tuesday that the NCOC might announce reopening of cinemas from 30th June, considering the improvement in the COVID-19 positivity ratio in the country. He clarified that Asad Umar has promised cinemas to be reopened by 30th June. However, a final decision will be taken by the NCOC. The minister's remarks came as he briefed the media following the federal cabinet's meeting held earlier. He also announced that the government had decided to introduce a national digital cable policy. Moving our cable channels from the existing analog to the digital mode will ensure transparency in the ratings. Fawad added that the move will also help increase the number of channels, such as those related to science, technology, and history, to up to 950. Moreover, he maintained the channels will be run on the subscription model to create a futuristic media scene. Cable operators will have the right to buy content, while youth will be able to sell their content to them, the information minister said, adding that this will help create a new content industry. He observed that the step will also help incentivize the channels as well as those running YouTube channels to sell their content. The NCOC has revised the inbound air and travel categories, placing strict restrictions on travelers from 26 countries, including India, Bangladesh, Iran, Iraq, Indonesia, Brazil, Mexico, South Africa, Tunisia, Bolivia, and others, placing them in the C category. According to the Ministry of the National Health Services, Pakistan introduced 3 categories, A, B, and C, to deal with potential carriers of COVID-19 coming into Pakistan from abroad. According to the revised travel advisory, ban on passengers' entry from C category countries will remain effective until further order and will only be allowed subject to exemption by committee as per procedure. The passengers belonging to the A category countries are exempted from the mandatory COVID-19 test, while those from areas in B category require a negative PCR test that must be taken within 72 hours of the travel date, while countries in C category are restricted and people can travel only under specific NCOC guidelines.